Hello, this is going to be a video on how to reassemble a Pyrastar. Now, my Pyrastar actually, I think it broke, so I don't really know how to disassemble it. Mine just kind of crumbled apart, but I do know how to assemble it. So I'm going to show you how to do that in this video. Now, this is a tricky process because of the way that the pieces are oriented. So really make sure that you're getting the orientation of the pieces correctly. Otherwise, once you put it together, it's not going to work out the way that it's supposed to. So basically, you're going to start with this piece. This is the main piece. Here's the core, and it's glued onto the core, this one corner. Now I'm going to start by getting the one that's diagonal from it. So I'm starting with this green and yellow, and it's matching up with the green and yellow there. And this blue is not the same over here. So you should not have a blue on the other one. So these two should be the same here, and these two outside ones should be different. Now what you're going to do, first thing is, you're going to get your little castle looking pieces. They look kind of like this, kind of like a tower and a castle. And you're going to slip them on to the sides here. So just go ahead and slip them on just like that. They'll kind of sit there for a little bit. Now what you're going to do is you're going to get some of these pieces. They look like little, to me they kind of look like half moons. Like if you put two of them together, it makes like a moon. Or you can think of it as just like a fourth of a circle. I'm just going to call them half moons. And you're going to take these and you're going to put one on either side of the half moon, on the green and yellow side. And then you're just going to slide it into place, and it'll just kind of sit there for a little bit. The puzzle kind of interlocks with itself, so I mean, don't really expect these first couple of pieces to stick to anything. They're just gonna sit there for a while. Now this puzzle is a little bit tricky since some of the pieces move around, so if you want to use some tape to kind of hold pieces in position while you're putting other pieces in place, that would be a good idea. So now that I got that, it's just kind of sitting there, and it's a little fragile, so don't bump it or anything. The next thing you want to do is get the next two diagonal ones. So I started with green and yellow, so the next one I'm going to go to is blue and orange, since those are the only two remaining ones that could go on the bottom. Now just make sure while you're doing this that the blue and orange faces downward, so just like that, because this is the downward layer. And make sure that this blue matches up with this orange, and this orange matches up with this blue. There's a possibility that you might get the wrong one, and then you have to start over. For example, see, these two are almost identical, so don't make the wrong mistake. See, this one, the blue pairs up with the blue over here on this side, like that. You don't want that to happen. You want it to be opposites like this. So make sure that you're getting the right one first of all. Again, it's the opposites of whichever ones were the starting ones. So if I started with green and yellow, the only two left is blue and orange. And just make sure that these two are not matching up on the sides. So once you do that, you're pretty much just going to slide it up onto those little half moons. But first, you're going to put one on the top. So kind of put it on the top. And what you're going to do is you're going to take the yellow one, put it on the green face, and take the green one and put it on the yellow face. I'm just going to start with the yellow one here, and I'm going to put this one on the yellow, the little half moon, and I'm just going to slide it up, and I'm just going to turn this a little bit. Maybe you can see it a little better. I'm just going to take it, put the little half moon right there, and kind of slide it up into place, and it'll kind of lock into place a little bit. Oh, almost had it. The little half moon came out. Make sure that little half moon stays in there. Okay, there we go. Got it. So now I can kind of sit it up a little bit, and it's good to go. I can go ahead and turn it around, and I'm going to do the same thing with the next one. So again, this is blue and orange and green. And again, make sure that this orange isn't the same. This blue is not the same as the orange in the back, so this will be the right piece. And you can't see, but underneath there's yellow here and green here. So opposites is a real key for this. So again, you put the half moon on the top part, little half moon, put it on the top. It just kind of slides into place, and then you kind of pick this up from the bottom carefully and slide it into place, just like that. And there you go, you got your entire first layer done. Now onto the last layer. Just take your last little castle piece and put it on top, just like that. And you're going to start with pretty much any piece. So just find a piece. Here's one. This one is green and yellow, so let's match it up with the green and yellow. You're going to face it upwards. So you're going to put it like this, see? So it matches green there and yellow there. So what you're going to do is you're going to slide it kind of in place just like that. But first, you need to get two little half moons and put them on either side. Not on the bottom one, but on either side of it. Just like that. So this is the bottom and these are the two sides right here. I'm kind of holding them with my fingers. And I'm just going to take it, and I'm going to push it and slide it on. And it'll kind of match up with the castle. There we go, just like that. Make sure it really gets in there. And do the one next to it. So in this case I need a blue and orange. Okay, just checking those. So again, face them upwards. Make sure it's the right blue and orange too. It needs to be the one that doesn't have green in it, since you're doing it on the green face. So this one has green, so it's not that one. It's actually this one here, the one that has yellow. And since I already have one here on the side, all I need is one, because I already have two half moons there. So I'm just going to slide this one in. It's a little more tricky, but there it goes. Slid in rather easily. Can go ahead and turn it around here. Now, there's only two left. And the last one can be a little bit tricky, but you'll get it. So get the second to last one first. Get this first little half moon in here. Oops, it turns out that one of my half moons didn't go in the first time. So yeah, make sure that all the half moons went in correctly. I'm just going to have to make that adjustment real quick. Alright, there we go. No problem. No harm done. Now I can go ahead and do the last ones. So this one is going to go right here. See, it matches up just like that. So take your second to last half moon. Well, I guess your last one actually. And you're just going to slide it in like that. Now, the last piece is a little bit tricky. It's a little bit tricky. What I do for my last piece is I kind of do this. I kind of take the second to last one, scoot it over a little bit so there's a little bit of a gap. I know it's really hard to see that. I don't have a lot of light right now. But basically, it's going to be in place. You're going to scoot it over so you have a little bit of a gap. Then you're going to slide this piece on as best you can to where it's matched up with two half moons. And then once it's almost in place, this is tricky. Once it's almost in place, you're going to tilt it and pick it up a little bit. So, like, I need to get this half moon onto this piece. So I'm going to pull this piece backwards a little bit. And it's going to kind of glide a little bit. So here, just make sure these two are on right. Yeah, so get the first two on right there, and then pull it backwards as you shove this piece over. Like, and it'll kind of click into place. You might have to be a little bit forceful with it, but it'll work. There we go. I just got it. So you see that? There you go. That's how you assemble the Pyrastar. Now, if one of your pieces broke, like your little, like the way that mine fell apart is that my little castle piece broke off. So it kind of crumbles apart from time to time. I don't really know why. But anyway, that's how you disassemble the, well, not disassemble, that's how you assemble the Pyrastar. If you have any questions, I know that terrible lighting in here and this camera is not nearly good as some other cameras. You know, this is just a webcam, so I know that you're bound to have some questions, so I will try to help you as best I can. Just post a comment below if you have a question. It's okay if you send me a message, but I would really prefer if you just post a comment below, because that way somebody else might be able to help you. And the way that YouTube does their like inbox, like it doesn't register things very well. So anyway, just if you have a question, please post a comment. Don't send me a message. It's okay if you send me a message, but again, just post a comment instead. If this video helped you, please go to my channel and check out some of my other videos. I have a bunch of cubing stuff like tutorials, reviews, unboxings, all that kind of stuff. If you want more information on the Pyrastar, I have an unboxing video and a tutorial for this puzzle. So go check those out if you want more information on the Pyrastar. And I guess this is the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you like my videos. And that has been how to assemble the Pyrastar. See you next time.